Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey, welcome to the grid. We're live and blah blah blah, all kinds of stuff. Hey, my name is Scott Kelby. I am joined by two beautiful Latin lovers. To my left, a mi izquierda, es mi amigo Arci Concesión.
Buenos días, ¿cómo están todos? ¿Cómo están? How are you, Scott?
I'm fine, bro. I'm good, but Arci is not.
Scott.
Arci is a very special man, but we have a special guest. His name means love in 7 different languages. By the way, his actual translation, we talked about this right before in the air, the actual translation of his name, Roberto Valenzuela, actually means take off your clothes. Am I kidding? That's
Automatically, it's what happened. So that was just the name that I was
It
given.
does. It was so awkward when we met, right, earlier. I was like, hey, dude, what's up?
He's like, hey, Roberto, what happened to my clothes?
Good to have you here, man.
Nice to have you. Thank you, Scott, for inviting me to the grid. I'm a big fan of the grid, actually.
Oh, yeah, well, great,
it's
thank
really
you.
Fun.
Well, if you're not, I don't know how this could be possible, but if you're not familiar with Roberto's work, we're going to be looking at some of his stuff today. But he taught at Photoshop World last year for the first time, and he absolutely crushed it. He crushed it. But then, so everybody's coming up and telling me, oh my God, this guy's so great, this guy's so great. I'm like, I don't know. No, but seriously, at the end of the conference, we do this big thing. Now, we're changing it this year in Vegas, but we do this big kind of, we try to introduce the audience to other instructors that they may not know. And so we brought Roberto up, and he had, what did we give you, 10 minutes? A 10 minute slot?
It was 10 minutes.
Gave him a 10-minute slot to kind of introduce himself. He brought the house down. People were either laughing, crying, falling in love, taking their clothes off. It was, honestly, you absolutely crushed it.
No, it was a lot of fun. I just fed off the energy. You know, everyone in that group at Photoshop World was one of the most dynamic groups I've ever seen. It was fun. By the way, Scott, let's try something. When you say my name, tongue in the top of your roof of your mouth.
Okay.
Roberto.
So, I know. Here's what's bad about that.
Because you're making my name too white. It doesn't work.
No, I know, and it's because I am white. And what's terrible is mi madre nació en España. Pero yo no hablo español.
Nació.
No hablo español. Pero mi madre nació en España.
Nació.
Nació.
I don't know.
¿Cómo se dice?
How do you say?
Yes.
Yes. So anyway, so I can't roll that. I don't have that rolling stuff. You know why? Because my dad was like German or Swiss or something, and it sucked it right out of me.
Not that there's anything wrong with German or
Nothing
Swiss.
wrong with it.
No,
Totally
but
cool.
it's not good when you mix it with Spanish because it sucks stuff out of you.
So you have some Latin blood in you a little bit.
Yeah,
I
it does.
do.
You have some Spaniard thing
See?
going on. So you have the potential.
Hey,
there.
but we're talking Castilian, real Spanish.
Yeah.
Shout out to Spain.
Real Spanish. What the hell does that supposed to mean?
You know.
I thought Mexican Spanish was real Spanish.
No, we're talking Spain. We're talking Castilian. Shout out to my peeps.
Oh, one of those elitist Spanish people.
Thank you very much.
Only the Spaniards know how to speak Spanish.
I'm so elitist, I can't speak Spanish.
Yeah, exactly right.
I speak this much, but let me
like-
tell you what. You drop me in a Spanish or Mexican restaurant, I can order all the food.
It's like, ooh, Spanish. You guys do it with the TH.
Let me guess what the food your chimichanga, whatever American-made food is.
All right.
¿Cómo se dice chimichanga?
All right,
How do
anyway.
you say, oh, yes.
My name is White Guy, and welcome to the show. So we've got today we're talking a lot about gear and stuff, which was based on something that happened on my Facebook page this week. So we're gonna be talking about that in a few minutes. But look at the comments are already coming in. Justin F says, "Love your work, Roberto."
Love
Sean
Roberto.
Roberts.
Sean Roberts, who we know very well from London. Robertson. Sean. I just know her by Sean because she is the only person in the world who spells Sean S-I-A-N.
Who's that guy that's asking me to take it off? So he says, take it off.
Yeah.
Take it
There's
off?
3 exclamation
Yeah,
points.
see,
Are you talking
it
to
just
our
happens.
CEO?
Don't do that. It's still your last name. Gortat78 says, "Love Roberto's way of teaching."
And you know
Stephanie Richer.
Yeah, his book is great, and that's one of the things
Stephanie A. Richer.
that we admire. I think a lot about your work is
Oh,
just
yeah.
how very focused you are. And you were here. You just finished doing an inspirational interview,
Yeah, it was good.
which I heard was pretty in depth and covered a bunch of things that people may or may not necessarily know about Roberto.
Yeah, no, a little bit more revealing of some of the stuff I don't, people know me teaching on stage and all that, but I kind of keep to my private side. I keep to myself a lot. So people always come up to me and ask me, they're like, tell us about you. Like, besides when you're on stage, like, what else, what else? I don't know. I keep quiet. So Mia really brought it out of me. She was awesome.
Did you tell them you're not Castilian? Did you really say, hey, look, I'm sorry? Did you apologize?
I'm really
for it?
from Wyoming.
So let me tell you, can I tell you something? We did a Periscope right before we went on the air, and I told people something they don't know. So this accent he has is a put on, okay? He says, he sounds like this in the day. Hey, dude, glad to be here. Looking forward to being on the show. Then he puts the coat on, and all of a sudden, he's freaking Antonio Banderas. He was nothing like this all day long. Nothing. You watch, go back and look at the Periscope, and you will see he's like from Wisconsin. He is like he's Midwest.
Don't listen to the guy with a rock and roll shirt.
At the best.
Do
All
not
right.
listen to the guy.
Okay, have you written any books?
No, I've tried.
Have
You know,
you?
this is like
All
my
right.
attempt.
So you guys have seen us here on the Grid giveaway, Picture Perfect Practice.
Yeah.
And Picture Perfect Posing.
Picture perfect practice.
Recognize that
Woo.
book?
Picture perfect posing.
Picture Perfect Posing.
Woo. And now the one I'm writing and I'm like dying to finish. Picture perfect lighting.
Picture
As you
Perfect
can
lighting.
see.
Dude, you're milking
Not
this
many
thing.
Not many pages on.
You're milking this whole Picture Perfect thing.
Yeah, that's the last. I'm tired
I wish
of the
I'd come up with it.
I know, but take a look
I'm
at
not
this.
the kind of guy to do multiple books in a series, I can tell you that. You're not going to catch me doing that.
Yeah, picture perfect. Like every time you talk about your book, you keep
Pull up.
Pull up. Wind shear.
Wouldn't you? No, but look, Picture Perfect Practice, a self-training guide to mastering the challenges of taking world-class photographs on two. We have #1 bestseller on wedding photography.
Yeah.
#1 best-selling on wedding photography.
So it's done incredibly well.
I
know a
paid
lot of
Amazon
people
to
have
put
it.
that in
Hey,
there.
can I tell you something? Okay, I can tell you this as an author. So he has 228 reviews. You have no idea how hard it is to keep a 5-star review. It is virtually impossible because I don't care if you're showing the greatest movie ever written, showing the greatest manuscript. There will somebody that says, "This is the worst thing ever written." 1 star.
Yeah.
And that 1 star has the algorithm that Amazon uses has it really weights it the other way. For you to have a 5-star review with 228 reviews is outstanding. That gives you some idea of the quality of the book, of which we're going to give one away today.
Actually,
on the Grid.
You the grid one away. You know, I'm really thankful for that, to be honest with you, Scott. I mean, this is like all jokes aside. I don't know the people that are writing these reviews, and you know, when you read these reviews, you feel like, wow, you know, you're doing something cool, like something special. Some people are getting helped by it. They like what you're doing. I don't know. I appreciate the reviews. I don't care if they're good or bad. I appreciate people taking the time to write a review. Right. You know, that's
You know
good.
what I found really interesting is that you probably know most of the images in the book are nudes and they're selfies of him.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, they're so tastefully done that you don't even realize he's naked. I gotta tell you, I was impressed.
I've never seen hand in the mouth done well.
Yeah, he does. The hand in the mouth thing is always a little cliche, but when you do it,
No, yeah.
It's good.
it's different.
Yeah, 20 minutes in front of the mirror twice a day.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Diligent
That's what it
practice.
is. You know, it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Biting the
that
pinky?
is
Yeah.
picture perfect practice.
When
I
you wake up,
always go-
that's
I always
exactly
go for
what picture
biting the
perfect.
pinky. That's it. I always do this.
No, you gotta be
No,
like when you
no.
wake up and your head is still, you know, drowsy or groggy. That's when you're like, and then you just try to do it.
He
and
just
then-
did it. He just did it. It's magic.
I think I'm pregnant.
Somebody asked, is the show going anywhere today?
Oh, sorry.
Probably not.
Relax.
A couple of ladies just finished asking, is there an audiobook version of any of Roberto's books? We could listen to him all day long.
Oh,
I know.
nice.
You know
I
what?
know.
We just
My
taped
fake
him
accent.
just talking, just saying.
We're just like now, our regular voices. We're like,
Is he going to be at
fine,
Photoshop
that's
World
fine.
this year? Yes, he is.
I believe
certainly
so.
is.
We're not
I
letting him
believe
teach,
so.
but he's going to be there as an attendee.
No,
of
yeah.
course he's teaching.
I'm just the gardener for
No,
the show.
he's awesome.
But
I'm cleaning the dishes afterwards.
obviously, our voices aren't going to do it, so we're going to have to rely on some special faces to get us up and running here. And to do that, we have the beard.
The beard.
Yeah, Mr. Brad
Mr.
Moore.
Brad Moore.
Hey, what's
the
up?
beard.
How's it going, Brado?
It's good. Busy.
How's life?
It's busy. We got a lot of stuff going on around here.
Hey, Brad, can you tell us about our guest blogger today? We had a very special guest blogger on my
Yes.
blog.
He's also a very handsome gentleman.
Extremely handsome. Does he have a
His name-
beard?
Yes, he does.
Does it look as good as yours?
It's very close. Very close.
You know, there's beard competitions. I saw it on the Discovery Channel. There's actually beard competitions. You would probably do well.
I've seen
he's been
those. I
banned.
don't.
Oh, you've been banned. Too sexy for them.
Yeah, that was actually
Yeah.
what they wrote. I'm
You were
sorry.
too groomed.
He tried to enter and they said too sexy. Anyway, if you get a chance, go to my blog today, scottkelby.com. Brad is the guest blogger, and I've been seeing on Twitter all day long people loving it. So I haven't had a chance to read it. Brad comes, hey, did you read my blog post? I go, I saw it was from you, but I've had a busy day. And then I just Okay, that's not Brad.
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
what our topic's about.
Well, that's
right
what
there.
I wanted to go back here, but let's take a quick.
That's
scan
Brad
onto
playing
Brad.
drums.
So there we go. So there's
Look at
Brad.
that. You know why? Can you go roll up to the top? This is why Brad wanted to write this guest post, because he has Peter Hurley headshot. He looks like a boss in it. This is basically a dating site for Brad, is what really this has become. Just straight up, this is where Brad, I'm going to put this picture out there. I'm going to get some dates.
It's a nice
That's what this
disguise.
is all about.
Right?
It's not about photography. It's not about concerts. It's not about,
This is the new wave
not
of
every
dating.
shot is a winner.
Not every shoot is a winner, but this picture is.
That picture is.
It's a very good way to disguise
Wow.
your dating profile. It's like, I'm going to hide it behind this
All right,
photography
now,
blog.
let's do this. All right, seriously, go back up to this. Can you zoom in on his picture? Can you zoom in a little?
Oh, wait,
Or go to Google, either one. Just,
Wait, I just lost it.
all
I
right.
lost it. Wait
Because,
a minute.
Brad, I'm going to hook you up like you've never been hooked up. Hold on.
¿Dónde está? Un minuto.
1 second, seriously.
I'm always scared not
No,
knowing
this is
what
good.
you're going to do.
Well, click on. Okay, there you go. Now make it full screen so all you see is Brad. Really get it up big. All right, scroll it down just. All right, now we're going to use Roberto's voice and Brad's picture to invite the ladies to stop by his guest blog and leave him a comment.
Okay.
Go.
Hola, me llamo Roberto Valenzuela. No, perdón, me llamo Brad. Y los invito a todas las mujeres que están ahí abajo en el mundo que vengan a visitar el blog de Brad con todo el pelo en la cabella.
That's all you need right there, dude. You nailed it. Okay.
There we go. That's the guest blog post right there.
Go leave Brad your phone number on the blog. He'll contact you by the end of the day. Doesn't hurt if you post a picture, Brad says. Anyway, we have some giveaways to the show today. One of them is I just released a brand new book this week. We're going to give away a copy of it. The print version comes out August 13th, so you'll have to wait a couple of weeks to get the print version. The ebook was released this week. It's called How Do I Do That in Lightroom?
Nice.
Don't I already have a Lightroom book?
Yes, you do. But this is something that's very specific.
It's very
on
different.
Getting people to just do something specific. I mean, you have a problem. You want
Yeah.
to do something. You want to learn how to do something quick, easy, to the point. How do you do it in Lightroom?
Yeah,
Now you know
it's just
exactly
one thing per page. Like
how to do it.
This is for people who already kind of know Lightroom, so don't buy it if you're a Lightroom beginner. Please don't buy it if you want to have already used Lightroom. You're kind of going along, but people get stuck. You're in Lightroom. I know people get stuck because I get emails every day. RC and I run that site, LightroomKillerTips.com. My gosh, we get so many questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? So I wanted to put a book together that when you're in Lightroom and all of a sudden you go, I know there's a way to do this, or I think there's a way to do this. You pull to the book, you change it to the page. It's one thing. That's it.
You know what? That's great, because sometimes if you're overwhelmed by the amount of information, sometimes you look at something, you're like, I need to get this done quickly. I think a book like that just gives you the answer quickly. Like, you want to get this effect, this is how you do it. You want to get this, how you do it. It's just action and reaction. It's fast. So I think it's
Can
cool.
I tell you something? You can come on this show anytime you want for the rest of your life. If you come within 100 miles of here, you are always invited to be on this show.
No, seriously, because sometimes you look, it's like, oh, it's an encyclopedia, it's so big. But if you just have something in mind you want to achieve, I think that's really cool. I think
And
great.
it's really, don't worry, it's not overwhelming. It's one little paragraph. Here's what you click. Here's how you do
That's
it.
right.
I'm done. And
That's
then
right.
hopefully you're done too. So that's,
Now, the good part about this is that if you are a KelbyOne member, the ebook is now available and it's only $10.
yeah, if you're a Kelby member, $10.
So, I mean,
10
it's pretty good.
bucks.
That's
Come
10
on.
bucks, man.
10
I'll take-
bucks.
take 10 right now.
So the website to do that is you go to rockynook.com/Kelby-exclusive, $15 for non-members with a coupon code LightroomKelby. You can do that also at kel.by/howdoilr.
God, the link is terrible.
Could we not make those links more difficult? It's just how do I
LRRN.
Wow, you guys can read that?
Yeah, it's kel.by/howdoI
Just okay.
LRRN. You know what? Do this. Go to my blog yesterday.
And we'll tell you about it. I
And
feel like I
go-
want to be like,
There's a link
is it
there.
A or B?
All right.
A
or B.
Was it
All right,
three
but I got a weird thing we did with this book. Just one more thing. It's really weird. It's super weird. We've never done this before in any book ever.
Okay.
On August 13th, the day the print version comes out. Now, we're going to give away, I just saw we're going to give away 3 copies of the ebook today.
Nice.
I'll give away a copy of the print book too. But on August 13th, when it comes out, so 2 weeks from now, basically, we're putting the entire book, the whole book, online for free.
Nice.
Every single page, hundreds of pages, the complete book online for free. 1 page, 1 web page, the
Nice.
whole book. Why would we do that?
I have
That's pretty
no
cool. I was going to ask you,
idea.
how would you do that?
Oh, crap, I was hoping you guys would know.
Well, I have no idea.
Oh, you're giving me power.
Here, I'm going to give
Thank
you power.
You're very kind. So here's why we're doing it. Because it's hundreds of pages. And what we're hoping is that people will find a couple of things really helpful. It's free, and they'll go, you know what? This would be so much easier if I had an ebook or a print book, so it was right there at my desk, so I don't have to get an internet connection and search for it and all. It would be right there. So this is either going to be a huge success, and people will always do books like this, or it will be a disaster of incredible proportions, and no one will ever do it. And they'll always write, and they'll study this in publishing school, where they go, and this one day, this writer, get this, took the whole book, put it online for free. It was a disaster. Nobody bought the book. But I don't think it's going to happen, because I think you're going to go there and you're going to go, this is good. Now, I told people not to read it. Like, it's not to sit down and read book. And the very first reviewer, who gave it 5 stars, thank God, said, I think Scott's wrong. I sat down and read it and learned so many things. So,
Was
who
that your
knows?
wife who gave it the first review?
It was my wife.
It was.
That was my dog,
That's
Maggie. It was Maggie the Wonder Dog.
Now, before we go any further, I do want to do this here real quick. We have a photo challenge winner. If you're not following the KelbyOne blog, go to kelbyone.com/blog. And Ajna sets up all of these different types of photo challenges on social media, and we wanted to recognize the winner. The winner for this is Michael Wilson. So congratulations, Michael Wilson, the winner of our 7th KelbyOne challenge. Posted submissions onto the Twitter page with the caption, Grand Falls in Northeast Arizona at the Navajo Nation. Look at that shot.
That's a cool shot,
Oh, that's
man.
a
That
nice
is
shot.
that is
That's a
amazing.
nice.
Can you blow it up,
nice
RC,
shot,
in that way
Michael.
that you blow up stuff?
Okay, I'm gonna blow this.
And then,
There we go. What's this? What?
all right, now, Roberto,
pretty
describe what you see in your voice. No, I'm just kidding.
The flowing water through the falls. Just, you know,
Yes.
it's like the blood running down through my veins.
Wow.
I see the brown water, like the brown skin in my face.
Oh.
You know.
Hey.
Yes.
No
Wow.
mas.
How do you say?
No más, por favor.
This is getting a little too rough here.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
act
Like-
this out.
This is gonna be
Okay.
the band
All right.
suite.
All right. So back with you live, if I may. So we should probably
Take a break.
take a break, and then we're going to talk to Roberto. Brad says, time for a break so we can decide on a topic today. We have a topic today. Because it's Roberto, we have gotten, and I blame it solely on him and his voice. We've gotten so off topic that we're going to have a topic in a minute or so. But I'm going to look at RC, and he's going to say something. Watch.
Welcome back, everybody. Actually, stay right. It's the voice. It's throwing me off. I'm sorry. Anyway, stick around. We'll be right back here on the Grid Ticket.
He's flustered.
Flustered.
So you have a GoPro. You may have even used it a little bit. But how do you get the footage off of that camera onto YouTube or Facebook or wherever you want to share it? How do you edit your footage into a story that you can share with family and friends? Hi everyone, I'm Mia McCormick, and that's what my brand new class on KelbyOne is all about. I'm going to bring you up to speed on GoPro Studio. That's their free editing software, and I'm going to give you the tips and techniques to get your very best GoPro footage yet. So I hope you'll come check out my brand new class on KelbyOne.com.
You want to take your design skills to the next level. You want to learn how to build a winning portfolio. You want hands-on training with live models. You want to mingle with the top professionals of photography and design. You want 3 days of Las Vegas energy and excitement. That's why you're going to Photoshop World in Vegas. Learn more in 3 days than you have in 3 years. Photoshop World. Be there.
We're back.
Somebody Ajna just finished running off set. She was whispering something to Roberto, and Roberto was
Yeah, it
whispering
was
back.
awkward.
It was crazy.
All right. Hey, guess what else?
a crazy time.
Let's give away this too. Peter Hurley's book, The Headshot. It's coming out at Photoshop World. It's debuting at Photoshop World. Amazing book. We're going to give away a copy of this right there. Boom.
You ever
This is
listen
a
to,
great day for stuff to give
Peter
away.
Hurley's periscopes are so funny. He's so funny. The guy's like,
He's intense.
yeah, he's like,
He's
hey,
an intense
I
individual.
love Peter
he goes into
Hurley.
his tangents. You know, he's like,
He
quickly leaves
does.
the
Can I tell you something about Peter Hurley, though? Peter Hurley, he's the real deal. Like, he's just a really, like, I spent a lot of time with Peter. I was the editor for his book, and I spent a lot of time with Peter. He's just a really good person.
He's
He
a funny
really
guy,
is.
man. That guy cracks me up.
He's hilarious. He's funny. He's really talented. He's a great teacher. I could go on about his talents, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's just a straight up good guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
His heart is always in the right place. Okay. And by the way, he's number 2 in the nation for sailing. He's
that's right.
He's like
Just
an
recently,
Olympic
right?
sailor. He just had international competition. He's number 2.
That guy's
Not
a
in the
monster,
nation. He's
man.
number 2 international.
Yeah.
For his age group, which is 75 and up. Okay.
We're going to be
Well, let's get on topic. Oh my gosh, let's get on topic.
Please, let's get on topic. I was going
right.
to say something else about the book, about the headshot book. Well, let's just hold that off for a couple seconds on that.
Okay.
So the topic that we were loosely kind of basing this on,
Loosely.
very loosely, is the concept of 10 pieces of photographic gear. And this is something that we're probably going to put you on the spot a little bit on. Johann Stoop is already asking questions that are similar to this.
Yeah.
So talk us through what you were doing with this post.
Yeah.
For the 10 pieces
so
of gear.
somebody asked this. So I write a column for Shutterbug, which is why you're seeing a picture of the Shutterbug there. So I write a column in Shutterbug magazine. Hey, I also write a column. You probably don't know this. I wrote an awesome column in Digital Camera World. So it's the #1 best-selling digital photography magazine in the UK.
Nice.
Dude, I've been writing for 9 months there.
Good for you. That's great.
You don't even know, do you?
I have no idea.
Dude, I rock that column. It's called Photo Recipes. It's a great column. It's a great magazine. I love the people at Future. They're awesome. Anyway, so I also write now in Shutterbug, and I'm very excited about that because
That's cool.
I've been reading Shutterbug for many, many years, and now I write a column there, and it's called Ask a Pro. I didn't name it. I said, how about Ask a Stud? They said no. They went with Ask a Pro. Totally had nothing to do with that.
I don't get it.
Anyway, so I was writing the column the other night, and I was short a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted on Facebook, hey, what kind of stuff would you guys want to know? And I got a great question right away. Well, I got about 150 of them, which is great because I don't have to worry about questions for the rest of the year.
Right.
But one of the questions was if you could only use 10 pieces of gear, period, including like filters and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to count memory cards because a camera with no memory card is like a brick. So I'm not counting memory cards. But outside of that, if you had to narrow it down to just 10 pieces of gear, what would they be? So I said from the gear that I own, which is more than 10 pieces, I think it's 11, I narrowed it down to 10. Okay. Then I gave a budget version. So if I had to start over from scratch, like pretend I had, all my stuff was stolen in the night, or Brad left it on a shipping dock or something, and it's all taken. Brad looks over like, why did I get into this? So, and it's all gone, and I had to start over from scratch because you accumulate gear over time.
You do.
You don't rarely just go out and say, I'm going to spend all this crazy money. It's like literally, I got some of my lenses as gifts. Peach Pit bought me a lens, a 200 f2. It was $5,000. Have they bought you one yet?
Dude,
ask
they
for
obviously
it.
like you a lot more than they like me.
Just ask for it.
Yeah.
You got to ask for it.
The people
Say,
at Rocky Nook, or who did it?
Yeah. Ask
Scott or Ted.
Ask Ted.
Ted.
For it. They'll
Ted
do
Waite.
it. They got so much money, they don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
They don't even realize it's missing from their account.
And they're holding out on me, man. I knew it.
Anyway, so I did.
Ted's sitting there going, crap.
Yeah, crap. Come on, Ted.
No,
we,
Ted,
we know where you are.
I do it for all the authors.
Oh.
Anyway, so here's the thing. And Ted's not at Peach Pit, so he's from Rocky Nook.
Yeah, Rocky Nook,
They
yeah.
got huge money. They got like European money and stuff. There's
It's
backers.
sickening.
Just ask him.
It's just-
Anyway, here's the thing. So
Backing up.
I picked 10 things on my blog, all right? And I've already written about them, so I'm not going to give mine. But I want my friends, my amigos from across the border, to tell me what they use. All right, you have a lot of gear because you're like a
boy. Typical boy.
All right, you got to knock it down to 10 things, all right? So now you got to realize you can't say, I need 3 camera bodies. You say, I'm going to use a camera body. I'm going to use this lens. You have to pick one camera body. What is it?
Canon 5D Mark III. I would say that's the one for me. I know people are like, well, why not the 1DX or something like that? But the 5D Mark III for me, I don't need.
You don't need 12 frames a second?
Yeah, I just don't need the 17,000 frames per second. I think it is the 1DX. And it's just, to me, it's too big. I'm already carrying the lenses. I think the 5D Mark III, smaller body, it looks great, more portable. It's got more megapixel count, and the quality is great. I think it's fantastic. I don't care that it's not totally weatherproof like the 1DX. It's weather resistant enough. It's not like I'm shooting in Antarctica, or anything like that. So it's fine. I think the 5D Mark III is amazing. And then lens-wise, or?
Lenses, yeah.
That's one. So the 5D Mark III one. I'm
going to write these down.
Forget it. I'm going to go with a Rebel. the Rebel. Just kidding.
Come on, you can choose anything you want.
Fine, everything.
Rebels are not a bad camera, dude.
No, they're not.
I've seen some amazing pictures come out of a Rebel, but
That's true.
All right, so you got a 5D Mark III.
Probably the 5D Mark
I'm gonna
III.
write
And then in terms of lenses, I think it will be fun to have the 14 millimeter for those extreme wide angle shots, the ones where you need like a magnifying glass to find the red and
I
green.
love the 14 millimeter.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So I wasn't even using it for a while, and then
Yeah.
I started using it, and it was originally Rob Foldy, my buddy Rob Foldy, talked me into using it, and he was like, "Oh, you got to try the 14," and then Brad got me on it.
Sure.
Dude, that
Is
is
it awesome?
a sharp lens.
This
It's-
is like,
I've only found one lens I like better.
What?
The 11 to 24. It
Oh,
just
that's
came
awesome.
out.
Yep, that's also
More
like $3
expensive.
grand.
Yeah, it's $3
Yeah.
grand.
Actually, my friend Michelle Celentano, or I should say Michelle Celentano, you have to say it right. She told me about I don't have this lens, I should buy this lens, the 135 f2.0. I heard that was
Ooh,
creamy like
135
butter.
is a nice lens.
Yeah, creamy like butter.
135s.
I didn't know there was a 135 2.0. Brad, order that.
Order that right now.
And
Order
pay for
two.
that. Pay for it with your own money.
Have Ted
It's
wait.
about time you contributed.
Call Ted. Have Ted wait. Pay for it.
Oh, Ted will do it. Dude, they give me lenses all the time.
Let Ted provide.
That's where I get most of my stuff. Just
This is like a dream list for me, like the 14, the 11 to. What was
okay.
it? 11
Wait,
to-
dude, you only get 10 things. You're in you got a 5D Mark III and a 14.
Yeah.
And you're doing the 14 for the super wide.
Yeah, super wide 14,
All right, what's
11.
next?
Well, the 11, the one that you said, the 11 to.
You want the 11 to 24?
Yeah, I do. Because if you're gonna have it, I gotta keep up with.
I know,
the
but here's the
Joneses.
thing: if you have 11 to 24, you already have a 14 in there.
Yeah, but I like the. Maybe I want a 15. Maybe a 16. Maybe I want the whole range. Maybe I want all the flavors. I want the cake and eat it too. Why be limited?
This is your last time on the show. Okay, now. What's
This is the last
next?
show. I thought 10 minutes ago you could come in anytime. Now.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Yes, you come anytime.
Let's say 14, 11 to 24. The 135 2.0 would be an amazing shot, amazing lens. Like I think it's like it would be butter. 24 to 70, the second version would be the other one.
Which one?
24 to 70, of course, it's a standard. 24 to 70. You have to. You cannot be a photographer and not have a 24
I
to
have one.
70 2.8.
I just hate it. Go ahead.
You do? Yeah,
I
it's-
can't stand it.
Not everyone's perfect.
I don't like that range.
Yeah, it's a little standard, but it works. 70 to 200, and obviously I'm gonna get the 200 2.0. That's just awesome.
You're getting the 202. Dude, you're not going to have any.
Any money
All
left?
right. Well, would you like lighting? Do you use lights at all?
4 flashes, 4 600 EXRTs.
Oh, wow.
No,
Four.
wait, no. Okay.
many do I have? One, two,
no,
three,
you
four,
get
five, six,
a. You get a flash. You can't say I need 4. That's 4 things.
But I need them for off-camera flash, Scott.
That's going to be a problem.
That's gonna be a problem.
You're going to have to cut one of those lenses.
How am I going? What am I gonna do? I'll use my iPhone
now,
like.
you are
flash.
allowed to. If you're going to trigger one flash with a second flash, you are allowed a second flash.
Okay, good. So I can
So
say.
I'm gonna give you two-
Two. Thank you.
600 RTs. What were they?
2 600 EXRTs.
EXRTs. All right.
Yeah, because I love the radio the radio
the built-in
transmission. You know,
radio.
you don't have to have like it has a built-in pocket wizard on it,
Okay.
pretty much.
Just so you know, even with that, you have 8 of your 10.
2 more.
Do you need a tripod?
I love some of your lens choices.
Yes.
Do you need a tripod?
Yeah, totally Manfrotto tripod. I would totally get a Manfrotto tripod in there.
They make
And
very good tripods.
What else would I get?
Have you tried 3-legged thing? 3-legged thing.
No. No. Is
No.
that a real question? Or
Brad, can you grab one?
is that a real thing?
You're going to see
it's a
one.
real thing.
Dude, they're awesome tripods. They're like taking the world by storm. All right. What else? Last thing.
Last thing.
Any accessories you can't live without?
Neutral density filter for those landscape
And-
photos, like
ND
a 10, like
filter.
some sort of crazy 10-stop.
10-stop
Yeah,
ND.
like a 10-stop neutral density filter would
All right.
be awesome,
So I'm going to read these out to you.
especially with the wide-angle lenses.
All right. So, okay, but you know what? That ND filter, unless you're using something with a bracket on the outside, is not going to fit the 14 or the 11 to 24.
Oh, is that right?
Because they have the bubble glass
Oh
on.
yeah, but you can use the ones that you can slide in.
Right, that's
yeah,
what you're going to have
that's
to
right.
do. Okay,
That's
like
right.
a big stopper?
Like a big stopper, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a big stopper.
that's what
All
you
right.
said.
So you're gonna use best grid ever. You're gonna use a 5D Mark III, 14 millimeter, and then an 11 to 24. If you had something that has to go, that 14 could go because you could do 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right.
Yeah, okay. I can remove the 14.
Okay. 135 millimeter 2.0. What do you use that for? Portraits?
Which one?
135 2.0?
No, that's one of my dream lenses. I don't have that one yet.
Oh.
That's the one Michelle told me about. I want to
Okay.
go get it. I'm gonna get it right
What
now.
is your go-to portrait lens?
70-200, at 200, at 2.8, always. Always.
Dude, I am so on that. Okay, here comes a.
Oh, what the heck? That's a
all
real
right.
thing. It's
So
a three-legged thing.
this is a 3-leg thing. Yeah, I just started using these last year. Okay, the ball head is missing because Brad sent it to Photoshop World.
And nothing comes back the same.
But so I had been using a Gitzo, which the Gitzo is very light. It's a little lighter than this. I think it's 6 ounces lighter. All right, and I think it's like 2 inches shorter. But the ruggedness of this thing, it's rugged. Like I take this everywhere, and it's really, really rugged. And so they're a company out of the UK. I don't know if I mentioned RC. I write a column, but anyway, oh, we're up at the jib.
Yeah, look at that.
There's one leg.
Anyway,
That's an odd leg too.
so anyway, these are awesome. 3 goats, and B&H has these 3-legged legged.
Is that their name?
3-leg thing. Yeah.
3-leg thing.
Yeah.
You go online, you got I want a 3-leg thing.
Yeah.
Careful.
Sounds like a weird
It's
request.
No, it's cool. They're a really hip company. They're really great people. I love
Does
their
that come with a
stuff.
1-900 number?
Everything comes with a 1-900 number.
I see
on
you
this
want that
show.
3-leg
All
thing.
right, I love to hear that you do the 7200. That is, and at 200, at 2.8, like a boss. That's my go-to portrait lens. I bet
Absolutely.
90% of my portraits are shot with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, do you have a 200-2.0, or is that one that you're just on your wish
I have
list?
it in my dreams.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and
dream thing.
That's a TED thing.
Ask Ted.
Ask Ted.
All right, the 2 flashes, the Canon 600EX RT, those have the radio triggers built in, so you don't need triggers.
90% of all the work that I have on my website is all flashed. People think that's totally insane. They don't even think I use flash, but if you come to do a job with me, everything has flash. A little kiss of light here, a little kiss of light there.
Can we look at your site? Because I
We
mentioned
most
we were
certainly
looking
can.
at
I'm on it right now.
Well, boom, RC's on it right now.
Yeah.
All right, can we switch over to RC's machine?
I'm working hard.
Thank you to Good Gallery for providing me with that beautiful site.
So your site is from Good Gallery?
Good Gallery, it's really an amazing site. Nobody knows about it. It's just a great
All right.
website.
So since I've been through his site, I'm gonna help RC out here.
See that photo
the
right
grid
there?
on the
That's
right?
flash.
Okay, there you go. No, which go back to that?
All of them have flash. Like, look at the first one. Obviously, that one's 2 flashes. So that
Yeah,
you know,
well, I would say that is flash.
yeah, there's 2 of them.
Wow.
But let's go to the ones that are not so obvious. That's in Sarasota, Florida, by the way.
Is it?
That
I've
one
been
is
there.
flash, actually.
That's a
flashed.
cover. Make a great cover of a book.
Yeah, that would be right.
On
Actually,
Lightroom.
you know, that was taken with a 100mm macro. I would say that's the last thing on my list. The 100mm
Okay, you're taking
macro.
out the 14.
Take
we're
out the
putting
14,
in the 100
put the 100
millimeter
macro.
macro.
But this?
That was taken with 35mm 1.4 lens.
But that was lit with flash, right?
That was with flash as well. You can't have that photo without flash because I actually asked the driver on the Suburban to drive down the dirt road as fast as he could from far away towards us in order to pick up the dust.
The smoke.
Correct, to pick
right?
up the dust. So
Dust,
he was just driving as fast as he could. The dust got picked up. I had my assistant on the right side by the groom's left arm have a flash, and the flash illuminated them, separated them from the sand. I mean, from the dust. Otherwise, they would be hazy, so it wouldn't work.
And then you cloned out the light and your assistant, or did
No,
you do
they were never on the
multiple
frame.
frames?
No,
Oh, they were never on the frame. They were
yeah.
that far out of the frame.
Yeah, because the key is one of the things people don't use: zooming the flash head.
Right.
I use that feature all the time. I'm telling my assistant, zoom it to 200, zoom it to 135, zoom. But during that time, I was using the 580 EX2s, which they only went up to 105, I believe.
Right.
So I went to as zoomed in as you can. It separates them from the background. I think getting it on camera like that, people think it's not possible, but man, it is, and it's so much more fun to like do it that way. Kind of wakes up your brain, to
Was
get
this
it on
taken
camera.
in Savannah, Georgia?
It was. What? You know this?
I did. I took a workshop. I took our workshop students there.
And this is
In
Wormslow.
Savannah.
Wormslow.
Yes, that dude.
What?
Dude, I'm going to show you a shot.
out.
You watch.
You're civilized. You know your stuff.
You're mean. Can I tell you something? You're very mean.
Last time on the show.
No es bueno.
hold
Sean
on.
Robertson, in the meantime, while Scott's looking for that, Roberto,
Oh, I
are
just
you
opened the
coming
wrong one.
over to the
No,
UK?
that's not it, dude.
Actually, I love the UK. I went to the UK. The people there just treated me really well. I went to photograph Stonehenge. I've been all over the UK. It's been a beautiful place. I love the people. They obviously know their food. And beluga caviar's legal there. Not the
Beluga
people-
caviar is legal?
Yeah, it is. You can't. Beluga caviar is illegal in the United States, but over there, I don't know why I'm talking about
All right,
that.
so this is not, I'm going to show you on my machine, this is not nearly as good a shot because there's no bride, there's no groom.
On one.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm on control room 1, sorry.
That's pretty
There's
cool.
no bride, no groom. It's not,
That's right.
That's the place though, right?
Yep.
That's the dirt road?
Actually, that looks a lot better than when I first showed up. When I first showed up, if if you look at a place like this, I always encourage photographers to ask themselves one question: what is the obvious photo you would take? Like, just you stop for a second, you show up, and you say, what is the most obvious thing most people would do? And the answer here is most people would probably put the bride and groom or whoever you're shooting in the middle, maybe have them hold hands, maybe kiss. I'm not a big fan of the kissing because I feel like it's overused. I feel like if you get creative and you wake up your creative juices, you will get away from kissing. You already know they're a couple. You don't have to have them kiss to prove that they're a couple. You already know they're getting married, right? So there's other ways to show love. So to me, I had a choice. I was like, I could put them in the middle.
I don't like where this is going. There's other ways to show love.
Yeah, let me show
we
you.
better take a break.
You
I'm glad that wasn't on camera. He almost tried to kiss me there.
express your love through touch.
Yes, express your love through touch. Thank you, RC. Go on, Roberto.
I feel like for me, asking myself that question, like, what's the obvious? Every time I walk into a room, what is the obvious thing most people would do here? Whenever you go to a room, like a hotel room, and you see the window, most people would say, I'm going to go to the window and take a picture of window light. Is there a way we can show one of my photos on my website to kind of give an example of what I mean by that?
Let's
We're
go to, RC's got it right here.
I think it's just Roberto Valenzuela. Let me.
Yeah, we're there.
Let me see. Go up so I can see the first shots. Go up more.
That's it.
That's
okay,
it.
start going down slowly. I'll show you what I mean.
What? Slowly.
Like,
I'm
like
going
your
down
fingertips
slowly.
On my face. Yeah, slowly. Keep going down.
Slowly.
Keep going. No, keep going faster. It's
Okay. I go faster now for you.
fine. Faster.
Okay.
It always goes this way with RC.
I'm almost
doesn't it?
there.
Almost.
I'm just,
Swear to God, I'm going to turn off your microphone.
Almost. Let's see here. Is that in there? Oh, hold on, slowly. Ooh.
Don't say another word. Don't say anything. Just scroll.
Getting close.
God's sake.
That's so dirty. It's so funny.
He's so, dude.
Wow, the
he's-
one photo I want is like, oh, there you go. The one on the left with that woman at her back.
oh,
That one.
man.
Okay. For example, here's a good example of that. I'm going to put that on the screen. There's actually a window on the left-hand side. You can see the curtains in the hotel room. So I asked myself, what is the obvious thing most photographers would do here? And I said, probably put the person by the window and expose for the window light in her face. And I said to myself, I'm going to just do the opposite. So I asked my good friends to put a light, to put a strobe on my friend was there, and I asked him to put a strobe in her back. And we put the strobe at full power. I put the exposure like at f16 or f18 or something totally odd than what most people would do. And the light that you see on her face is a very gentle kiss of light coming from the window, but all the light was on her back, kind of just to highlight that part of her body. And if I would have gone with window light here, like, it just wouldn't have looked like that. And I think I encourage photographers, if you have a vision, don't be a slave to like the window light, or you don't have to stick to the obvious. Like, take a minute to think and say, what else is creative here? What else can I do that's a little bit different? And like, this photo was an example. I would have never thought, you know what, she has a beautiful, sexy back. I'm gonna highlight that. And you would never be able to do that if you had the window, if you would just like stand by the window. So I think it's fun for people to take a minute. A lot of photographers, especially in the wedding industry and portrait industry, you get nervous when you're doing your shoot and you feel like an idiot or something if you don't like are always talking to your subjects and always trying to do something. I tell people it's okay to take a moment to think about what you're going to do before you start talking. That's one of the things I wanted to do with my posing book. It's not about throwing out posing suggestions like put your arm here, put your leg there, and you're guessing and guessing and guessing and guessing, and it's like a guessing game. If you are a professional portrait photographer, posing is part of your thing. You should have at least some kind of idea in your head. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to see in the photo? And then you have more. Your instructions are a little bit more effective. You know what I mean? You say, I know what I want. And the other one I say to people is, don't always do the obvious shot. Try something totally different. Can we go back to the photo of the trees in Wormslow, Savannah, Georgia?
All right, but I want to come back to this image because I want to ask you some questions.
Oh yeah,
about
please.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go to Savannah, Georgia first, and we'll talk about that real quick.
Oh, for example, this photo, instead of putting the bride and groom in the middle and me standing in the middle, I actually used the trees to frame the couple. So the trees actually work as a framing device for the couple. So you can see the tree on the right and then the tree on the left. Those two trees frame them in the middle there.
Beautifully.
That's more creative. I mean, I just think that's a little, I'm not some crazy creative person. I'm just telling people, I encourage you to take a moment to think, what's the obvious shot, and see what else you come up with that's not the obvious, and you'll be surprised.
While we're here, I have a question concerning that. So, you're going into a shoot. Do you find yourself going into? We'll go to the window light shot for the sake of the window light shot. do you find yourself saying, all right, well, do you take the safe shot, then the creative shot? Do you forget about the safe shot? Do you focus?
Good
do you
question.
because it's like you can
It is a
walk,
good-
and
yeah.
if anybody's starting off, they can be like, all right, well, Roberto said, go for the crazy shot. And then if the crazy shot doesn't work, no, by crazy, I mean something different. If the different shot doesn't work, then all of a sudden you're just left with a whole bunch of ineffective shots.
Yeah.
Would you suggest to somebody, what would you suggest there?
Yeah, I would never have, great question, man. I would never suggest people to go, what's the opposite of the obvious? Because sometimes the obvious is beautiful and it's an effective formula, like it works. It's like your bread and butter shots, you know?
Right.
If you're starting out first 2 years or whatever, I think it's important to get the shots that you know you can get very well. But I also encourage people, take 10% of your shots, take 10% of your list that you would normally do, and push yourself in those 10%. Don't do all 100% safe shots. Don't do all 100% crazy creative shots. I think it's good to do 90% bread and butter, standard good shots. And if you're starting out, 10% of those should be more creative. For me, when people hire me, I tell them I'm gonna get all the shots. I'll take the family shots. I'll do the grandma and the cute everything. I'll take care of everything. But when people hire me, I feel like they understand that I'm gonna also provide them with very creative, very off-the-cuff, kind of beautiful photos, as long as they are within my elegant style that I try to achieve. I always try to achieve an elegant, sophisticated, kind of timeless style to my photograph. So I'm never gonna have people do anything too crazy. That's away from my thing that people hire me for. So if you don't wanna get your clients angry, you show them exactly what you're gonna do. You show them a balance between your safe shots and your creative shots. And if people agree with that ratio, then you execute that. You do not wanna surprise clients by saying, oh, I didn't know you wanted any safe shots. I'm a creative person. I just did all the crazy stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's still a portrait session. It's still a wedding. Whatever it is, you gotta be responsible for that event. So.
Okay. So, Roberto, do you mind if I ask you a question about the shot we saw earlier? It's on RC's machine right now. The one of the bride, I'm assuming, or just naughty picture. So what modifier were you using on the light? Because I got to tell you, I would have assumed exactly that this was a window light shot, and that the brightness was coming from a window on the other side. So do you remember what your light modifier was?
This was done with the new ProPhoto B1, the wireless B-Photo heads. This is before they could do TTL, so this was all on manual strobe.
Okay.
But I tell people, and that's what I'm writing on my lighting book, light is light, and light is there to work for you. And you do not have to be scared of the light. I just needed a little kiss of light. So we put pillow cases and stuff over the light in order to just dim it down.
So it was a bare flash?
There was a small modifier in there, but we still had to modify it even more because the flash was very close to her back. So we had to modify it more and more until it was just a little touch of light. You see that crease in the middle of her back, that beautiful crease, like shadow?
Yes.
That's gorgeous and sexy to me. And I think
I have that same crease, by the
Yeah,
way. Just so you
yeah.
know, it's like
Show 'em.
It's not that.
Show 'em.
It's not that special. You're making such a fuss over it, but mine's even maybe at least that good, maybe better.
yeah, so,
It's soft.
and about 8 inches lower.
Pretty.
But
Tender.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think when people say if you bring a strobe, you flatten the image, and I like the look of natural light. I do too.
That's beautiful, though. I thought you did a great job with the.
Yeah, thank you.
The
But it
lighting
feels
is
very natural.
subtle. Yeah, and that's what I love
Yeah.
about it. So Roberto, I want to give RC a minute here to go through his 10, but you know what? RC's voice, while very nice, is not quite as rich as yours. Is there anything that you could do, perhaps musically, to enhance when he describes his stuff?
I could actually play some guitar while he talks.
Could you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's do that.
All right, RC, let's go over your 10.
Oh my goodness.
Let me get some suspenseful music going on. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on a second. To remove the ring.
10
for
things,
extra
RC. These
speed.
are essential things. Like you can only get to 10 things. What might
Let's see.
they be?
All right, so I would, if I were to think, let's see. There was a time that I needed to come up with 10 things to do for my gear. Probably one of the first things that I would do is I would get a high megapixel camera.
Ah, yes. How high?
I would probably say in the 50 megapixel range. Something that could just kiss and pop. Something's, all right. From there, I would move a little bit further into the lenses. My first lens would be something along the, how shall you say, 24 to 70 range. So 24 to 72.8 would be a good lens to start. After that, I'd give it a soft kiss into probably a 35-1.4. That would be the third thing I would do.
35-1.4, very nice.
Nice and smooth.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When are you going to use a 35, which is a wide-angle lens, at 1.4?
Suspense of music coming.
I like it for really, really dark environments. Sometimes I like to shoot really far back,
Yes.
and I need that 1.4. Dance photography, event photography, things
Dance
like
photography.
that. So that would be the one thing. Then from there, I would go into, so that's 1 to 3.
I hate that the music's stopping. So for those of you who are just tuning in, you spent 5 years as a classical guitar, making your living as a classical guitarist.
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Twice as long. Well, congratulations. Dude, anybody that can make $5 with a musical instrument, I look up to you. I'm like, yeah, way to go.
I made about 7 in the 10-year span. That's why I stopped.
No, hey, that's great. I'm so glad you came to photography. So, but,
yeah, it's much better.
So we were doing some taping yesterday on location for the Photoshop World keynote, and you were playing, and he plays beautifully, as you just saw. But when he's
Thank
not
you.
trying to back up RC,
Yeah.
he's really terrifically good.
Thank
All
you.
right, so RC, back to our story.
All
You
right.
don't have to use that voice anymore
So
now.
5 DSR, as I would say, 5 DSR, 24 to 70, 35-1.4 for lights. I would go with a Pro
Well,
Photo
that's
Beam.
it. That's your only 3 lenses. You're going to live with those 3 lenses. That's it.
Yeah, I'd shoot that.
Wait a minute. So you got a
I'd stay there.
35,
35,
and a
1.4,
24,
24 to 70.
That's it.
I could go with the 70 to 200 2.8.
Well, I
All
don't
right.
want to try to talk you into it. I'm
So,
just,
all right,
wouldn't
so
use
3,
it?
4. Okay, so that's, okay, I'll take the 70 to 200 2.8, 25 1.4, 35 1.4, and the 24 to 70. I'd put them on a 5 DSR. I think that'll be pretty good.
Okay.
From there, I would go into, from a light, I would take the Pro Photo B1 Air, and I would get a Photix Indra 500. So I would go straight with the B1 Air. My problem with it is that you can't use it and battery. You can't use it studio powered. So you're
It
limited.
always has to be battery
You always have
powered.
to be battery. So it's great. It's a great light
So
for
you're
you
not
to
gonna
use.
go with the B1A, or you
I would
are?
get both. I would get both. I would have, because I could always use it as an accent. I could always use the Indra as an accent kit, but the Indra is going to be a lot better for me in the studio. Because I can run it. I can run it plugged in.
Right.
So I think that that's pretty good. After that, I would use the Photix Luna collapsible beauty dish, which is a really good addition.
Collapsible beauty dish.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
the
it's
first time I've heard of it.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Really?
Oh, it's such
Collapsible
a good,
beauty
it's a
dish.
collapsible
How
beauty
many
dish.
inches?
I think it's maybe
17, 19?
No, I'd say probably 18.
That's
18?
cool. Because the
think-
beauty dishes are cool, but they're so cumbersome to carry.
They're cumbersome.
Oh, dude, it's no joke. I like
you
it.
have
so,
one?
Yes.
Where is
cool.
it?
In my garage.
Oh crap! I was gonna go have Brad go get it.
Did
No,
Ted
no,
Wade
Break
give it
into
to you?
RC's
Oh,
office.
dude, it's a great thing. And
I've never heard of it. I'm
really,
not kidding.
I'm gonna pull up something, but just let's not pull it up until I'm completely ready.
Dude, Photix's stuff is great. I just didn't know they made it.
I'm a big fan of. Well, okay, why don't we do this? So let's take. Brad says, let's take a quick break to see if we can raid RC's garage. So this was a picture that I had done. Oh no! Oh crap! So this was shot with the beauty dish, with just a straight beauty dish. So it's a beauty dish and a kicker off the right with a strip. So they have. So that would be one of the other things that I would do. I would do their. I think it's 1x3 strip of grid,
A Photix strip?
a Photix strip of grid.
Why won't anybody tell me about this Photix? I didn't know they made this stuff.
That would be the other thing. So then from there, let me see. So that I think I'm at 6 or 7. From there, I would go with a tripod. I would go with a Really Right Stuff TQC 14 with a BH30 head.
Oh yeah.
How do
so
you
can I say
memorize all
something?
these things,
See
man?
this? So I did mention this tripod, but I mentioned that if I could, since it was a tripod and a head, it's one thing to get the Really Right Stuff BH40. That is the greatest head. That one or the BH55. The 55's bigger. They're the same. They're the same ball head. Just one's regular human size and one's superhuman size. One's Moose Peterson size for moose lenses, and then there's one for the rest of the world.
This is a
That
light
is the
stand?
greatest. Have you ever used a Really Right Stuff? I'm kidding you not. They're the greatest ball heads in the history. You would use one, and you would never be able to use anything else.
What's it called again?
Really Right Stuff.
That's pretty cool.
It's absolutely, they are the king of ball heads.
And
cool.
I'm a big fan of the Really Right Stuff tripods. I've had these things in an incredible amount of locations, and it's done very, very well. I got the TQC 14, And I've run it
14.
into it because it's portable. And the one thing that I liked about it was the fact that with the BH30 head, you can throw it right into a rollerboard.
Really?
So
hey, we
that
never
was-
actually took the break we talked about.
Let's go ahead and take the break.
Hey, RC, quick
you know, we
question.
mentioned a break.
Do you have like flashcards at night and you memorize all the names of the model numbers and everything? Like, what do you do?
Pretty
that?
much.
It's impressive.
It's just here. I'll just show this last picture. So I've had this thing in water, snow, dirt, sand.
This is
all that
RC
kind of stuff. So
in
it's,
the water.
Wow.
So it's just a bunch of different things. It's
You're
it's
intense.
done extremely. I mean, look, that's right at that.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
take it, I break it apart, shake it out.
Yeah.
It's been totally fine. I haven't repaired it once.
That's pretty cool.
Really right stuff.
But anyway, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about gear, loadout, or
A little bit. You know what I want to talk about?
what's that?
Love. No, I want to talk about posing. You have a posing system. Can we talk about it? It's not actually gear related, but we have him here. I can't let him just go talking about gear. So stick around. We're going to be right back. It's time for a break so we can break into RC's garage. Collapsible beauty dish.
Create your own space at squarespace.com.
Hi, I'm UK photographer Glyn Jewis, and I really hope you'll come and check out my brand new class, Shooting Muscular Sports Physiques, only on KelbyOne.com. Now in this class, we're going to be on location in a real-life boxing gym, and I'm not just going to show you multiple lighting setups, but I'm also going to show you how you can get the most out of each of those setups to get a variety of different shots. Now we're going to be focusing on a couple of kickboxers who've already got muscular physiques, but I want to show you just a couple of simple tips and tricks that'll take a great muscular physique and make it look fantastic all on location. So come and check out my brand new class only on KelbyOne.com.
Hey, we're back. RC's got two last things, but hey, before we do RC, we got some deals for you.
That's right.
Because Peach Pit Press, the people who buy lenses,
That's right.
they make us a deal for our readers. Now, the ebook of Peter Hurley's headshot book is available now. The ebook version is out.
You're gonna want this book.
You can get 35% off if you go to peachpit.com/theheadshot and use the coupon code TheHeadshot. All right? So, and we're going to give away 3 copies today of the ebook and 1 of the print book. So this is a book fiesta today. All right, now, so that's that. We talked about my ebook being available for $10. That's from our friends at Rocky Nook. And we gave you the address, which is very, very hard to find. All right, we have some new classes.
So one of the first classes that we have is getting your best footage and editing in GoPro Studio with Mia McCormick. Mia shares the tips and techniques for capturing the best still images and footage with your GoPro. Right? A lot of people are using GoPros. You're going to want to edit it. This is the place to be able to do it. So you can do this and edit all of the stuff using the free GoPro Studio software to create a finished video project.
Hey,
So-
man, I saw Mia's class on the GoPros. It was super
Did you?
amazing. Yeah, I did.
Cool.
She knows her stuff. She's like the ninja master of
does.
GoPro.
Yeah, she's good. She's good. She's got a gift.
She's the ninja master,
Yeah.
of GoPro.
I'm like the grasshopper of all this stuff. But
That should be
Mia,
on her business card.
Ninja Master of GoPro.
that's funny. That would be funny.
Let's make it happen. Anyway, the other class that we have is Edge Anime Basics with David LaFontaine. Learn how to animate web graphics using Adobe's Edge Animate. Discover what Edge Animate is and why it's becoming so popular among web developers and graphic artists. You can find this and a bunch of more classes over at KelbyOne.com.
Yay.
Now,
All right. 2 things. You got 2 more things on your list.
yeah. So I have.
Oh,
here.
here's the beauty dish.
Yep.
Can we see it?
There's the Luna folding beauty dish.
All right. When it folds up, how small does it fold up to?
It literally collapses like a regular softbox. Like if you would do, I'll bring it in so you
Does
can
it
take a look
work
at
like
it.
a real-
It's
like a real beauty
dude,
dish?
It's cool.
Really? I mean,
It's
same
really
properties?
cool. Yeah, dude, it's cool. I like
pretty
it.
cool.
I'm a big fan of it. So
Okay, let me just say this. I'm skeptical.
I will change your mind.
Okay.
All right,
make
so
a
that's
believer
good.
out of
$85 and it's collapsible.
I
The
know.
price is right.
Yeah, it's good.
It says it's 33 inches.
I'm telling you.
That's huge.
I'm telling you.
So, Brad, what's the one we use? We use an Ellen Chrome. It's what? 17 inches? Oh God, he doesn't know.
Yes,
Put
sure.
the camera on Brad, so when he doesn't know, it's
We'll
like,
turn this into an experiment.
Right.
I'll show you
So
some.
let me ask Brad again. We're going to get the typical Brad answer. So Brad, how big is our beauty dish?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, there we go. I think it's 17 inches, honestly.
Now, okay, so probably the other two things that I would.
Biggest beauty dish. That's not a beauty dish. It's 33 inches.
That's
You're
a
gonna like.
micro beauty.
I might have the smaller version of that. So you'll see. I'll bring it in. You can take a look at it.
Give me two things.
It's pretty. So the other two things would be, number one would be a Wacom tablet. Absolutely would use a Wacom tablet, and Duos Pro Small.
So, by the way, that's exactly what was on my list as number 10, and I moved it down to stuff I had to cut because that's not photo gear. That's post-processing gear.
Okay, all right. So if I move it, so if I move that down, then that would mean that I
You
would
need a
use.
filter?
No, I'm not a big filter. I mean, I'm not a big filter guy.
For landscapes, it's good.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Like I would throw in the Lee Big Stopper. If I have a 35-1.4, I'm gonna want to shoot shallow.
What about a
I
cable
throw in a
release?
Lee Bigs.
Cable release?
No, can use a timer.
Use the self-timer?
Yep, 2-second timer usually takes care of everything. Last thing would be a rolling bag. So I would use the
Think tank?
Think
Ah,
tank.
boom.
Airport
roller
2.0.
derby.
Yeah.
The roller derby
really?
is it, dude. This thing is no joke. My favorite part about it is the fact that it has the 4 wheels, which when you're dragging through the aisle,
Yeah, that's true.
it's a pain in the butt to drag it. You're always hitting some.
That's true.
You wouldn't know because you only go maybe 2 seats in.
That's funny.
If that.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
The rest
That's
of us,
funny.
That's pretty.
Hey, look, I travel a lot. I have status on Delta. I get an upgrade
You know,
here
you
and
worked hard for
there.
that, man. You deserve it. Don't let him take it away from you.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you.
I think
Thank
you do all right. I think you do okay.
Thank you.
I got status with United. I fight back for that.
Yeah,
you know.
so but if you need a bag to kind of go all the way back, this is a pretty good one. It does international. It fits inside of those
Okay, so
compartments.
it's not a big bag. You can
So
put too much.
no,
stuff in
I
it.
put quite a bit in it. I'll show you a couple pictures of the loadout. So
that'd be
that
good.
would be the roller derby would be something that I would do.
That's good. I do think the 4-wheel system would be amazing.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. You're gonna
I
love it.
think they just also made the thing for the helicopter for the DJI Phantom. They have this cool bag that just
Yep.
fits the helicopter inside. It's pretty sweet.
That's
Yep,
crazy.
yep.
All right. Hey, I want to mention Trey Ratcliffe just this week introduced a new Kickstarter project that he's involved with to make like this amazing bag. Now, I haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping to see it soon, but it is called the Everyday Messenger, a bag for cameras and essential carry stuff you have to have. I'm going to zoom in real tight so you can see it.
That's a sexy bag.
It's a sexy bag. It's a very sexy bag. And I guess they raised like $1 million. Like everybody wants it. So anyway, go check it out if you go to Kickstarter. If you search for just Trey Ratcliffe plus camera bag, it'll come up. So anyway, that's another one that's new. RC wants to use a think tank. But anyway.
I just think that's where if you go take a look at the pros, I see a lot of the pros.
Dude, I use a think tank.
Everybody uses a think tank.
I love my think
That's
tank.
cute.
I
It's
love-
nice. I like it.
Well, but you don't
I'm
always
excited
you
about
don't
it.
always want to roll. You don't always want to
No.
roll like that. So,
No.
Anyway, I haven't seen this yet, but it
Take
sounds
a
like
picture
it
of all this happening. It's kind of fun.
it could be really cool. Okay.
That's it.
right.
That's all my gear.
We got a
That's all my
question. Photog Mom asks, what lens do you use, Roberto, for wedding ring shots?
Oh, no doubt. The 100mm macro 2.0 f4.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Do you ever do portraits with 100mm? I know a lot of people love to do that. They love to do like portraits with a macro lens.
The
They don't
cover
get
of
close, but
no, I know. The cover of this book was done with a 100mm macro.
how often do you use your 100mm macro for portraits? You're more of a 7200 guy, aren't you?
No, I use the macro quite a bit. Probably 40% of the time.
Wow.
This is all right.
This
Okay.
needs to be a double episode.
This
at
needs
one
to be a
point.
double
It
episode.
has
All
to.
right. So we don't have much time, so I want to try to wrap up. Now, you have a posing system.
It's a system for sure.
It's a system. And where
Yeah.
can people learn about this system, Roberto? Where?
Well, you can get my books at Amazon. I mean, if you go to my website, robertovalenzuela.com, of course, I'm always talking about posting stuff on my Twitter account, which is @RobertoPhoto, and my Instagram account, which is @Roberto_photo. I'm pissed at that, by the way. Some guy that never uses Roberto Photo on Instagram took my name and only has 2 pictures. Nobody cares. I want it.
I could probably fix that.
You can?
I might be
RC
able to.
knows
I
a
want it.
guy. Let me put it this way. The guy might have to die, but you'll get the
Yeah,
thing.
well, I don't. Yeah.
But, dude, RC always knows a guy.
Brad is like, yup. But yeah,
It's not Brad that's going to kill him.
no, Brad is.
Brad will kill him with corny jokes.
I wanted to write the posing book, not to write a book, but to really help the posing process. It's such a headache for most people, such a complicated headache. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably relate to when they tell you it's time to do your portraits of your subject or whoever you're photographing. I shoot fashion a lot. 40%, 50% of my business is probably portrait and fashion photography, so it's not always weddings. But whenever you get into it, and they say, okay, it's time for you to do your thing, I used to remember that feeling in my gut. I used to like go to my bag and fiddle around with my equipment, like I'm pulling it out. I was trying to think of what to do, you know that feeling? And I hated that panic. And then you go to your subject or whoever you're shooting, weddings, fashion, portraits, it doesn't matter. And you're just like boudoir sessions and you're like, okay. And what was that pose I memorized in that one magazine a long time ago? And what was that one pose? And you pull out your phone and you try to like copy, regurgitate the pose. I just couldn't stand that. And I thought there was a better way. So what I did is in the posing book, I wrote this. These are 15 points in this page here. These are 15 points that have nothing to do with memorizing poses. They are basically points that talk to you and educate you about body language. It's what energy you produce. For example,
what is the one? It says nude pee-pee. What is that?
Nude pee-pee, was one of the chapters that was supposed to be cut out, but it was nude pee-pee didn't do it.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought to put that in there.
No, that you
Nude
gotta have
selfie, another one.
Nude pee-pee, nude selfie is the one. Let's see. Yeah.
God, he doesn't miss a trick. He just rolls with it.
He's
Dude,
got it.
you
He's
got to
good.
come back to the grid.
So
just
funny, man.
Yeah,
you
please
roll
come
with
back.
it on a level that is staggering. Okay,
We need like webcast level.
Yeah, seriously. Go back to
No,
go to the system.
let's
Okay.
stick to the nude pee-pee. This is
No,
more
please.
interesting.
That's not sticking.
But for example, let me give you a quick example. You see how you're relaxing on your computer then? That's so funny.
Yes.
Like when you talk to people, if you're talking to me and my arm is out like this and I'm talking to you, you probably wouldn't be able to pay attention to me. It's kind of like what's going on here, right? But if I'm talking to you like this, you would think you can stay on my face. This is posing. It's like you want to have a portrait of someone relaxed, you do it this way. Like there is certain things that put the brain at ease and certain things that make the brain be like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Like if I go like this when I'm talking to you, you would be questioning what's going on. If I'm sitting like this talking to you, you'd be like, what's going on? Your brain has a lot of like those red flags. Like, why is this guy not active? I decided to take on the approach of a systematic approach to understanding the human body and the language it produces instead of memorizing poses and trying to remember them when you're on the spot. So this system has nothing to do with memorizing, has to do with understanding how the human body works, what energy it produces, and when the body makes something distracting, you can catch it. For example, if you're doing something with somebody's hand and you have one finger sticking out, that finger's like a pointer. And the person looks at the photo and says, oh, he's pointing. What is he pointing at? It's a distraction. So the book teaches you how to notice all of those things. You put your thumbs in your pockets and you point your thumbs towards the middle. Not only you're framing your pee-pee, but you are pointing at the pee-pee. And so it's just...
It's like a giant sign towards the BB.
It's like a giant sign. It's like, please don't talk to me here. Just talk to me there.
And in that one, I'm going to just be quiet.
But in all matters, the book is supposed to... I wrote the book with helping people in my mind. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure...
It's a great book,
people
dude.
felt good about posing.
It's a great book.
And it really is. You said something earlier that was really important. You said, if you're going to be a professional photographer, you're going to have to know how to pose people.
I mean, if you're going to be a portrait photographer, it doesn't hurt. And if you say, well, I like to do only photojournalism, I respect that. But if you're photographing people, it doesn't hurt to be skilled at posing. And if you choose to use it, go ahead. And if you choose not to use your posing skills, you don't have to. But having more skills, having more knowledge is having more power. So why not?
Yeah. Justin F. Says, mind blown. Got to get the posing book.
No, that's cool.
You will love it. You will absolutely love it. Hey, listen, we've got to cut this. Photoshop World. Photoshop World's right around the corner. If you're in the Las Vegas area and you want to swing by, we'd love to see you. You can still get a free Expo Pass. Expo only passes are available by visiting PhotoshopWorld.com. Now, if you guys like this, also keep in mind that one of the reasons that you were here was to do an interview. You did an inspirational interview with me and McCormick. So
For KelbyOne.
If you are a KelbyOne member, you're going to see that interview, and I guarantee you the things that he talks about there are just going to inspire you and motivate you to become a much better photographer and a great person.
We were actually on topic.
Yeah, you guys were wonderful. Right. It was great. And if you're not a member and you're just catching this for Roberto, you are going to want to become a member. So make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure that you follow KelbyOne. When that comes closer, we'll make sure that we
And we
advertise
can
most
see
of that
you.
stuff.
They can see you. We'll see you. They can see you in person at Photoshop World.
I
coming
cannot
up in
wait
just a few
for
weeks in
Photoshop
Las
World.
Vegas.
What a great experience that was for me the first time. Awesome
It
stuff.
won't be nearly as good this time.
Won't forget it.
So look,
looking forward to
he's
it.
literally got to go. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back just to wrap things up and do some giveaways and stuff. He'll be on his way to the airport because he's got to
will.
catch this flight.
10
But
minutes.
Roberto, thank you so much for
Thank you, Scott,
being
for
on
inviting
the
me.
show,
That's
man.
really fun.
You were
Yeah,
awesome,
brother.
man. Such a
Yeah,
good sport.
pronto.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a short break. When we come back, the camera is going to be on Brad just for a moment, just so you can see him. And then we'll be back. Don't go away.
There he is. It's so funny.
There he goes. Just take us out, Brad, at this point.
Bye. I've been shooting headshots since 2002 when I started my headshot business. Headshot photography in New York was going crazy and I needed to earn a living, and there was never anything out there or any information for how to take a good headshot. Fast forward, headshots are crazier than ever. They need a good headshot, and it's not only actors. Everybody has a digital identity. I wrote a book called The Headshot. It is everything that I have figured out over the last 12 years of shooting these suckers and becoming known as one of the best headshot photographers in the world. I go over everything. You're gonna get the lighting, you're gonna get positioning, you're gonna get the way I direct them. It's all about expressions and connecting with your subject. I'm gonna give you all the tools to do that. When I do a headshot that somebody looks at and goes, wow, that's me, to have the ability to do that well is something that you gotta have in your repertoire as a portrait photographer. I'm Peter Hurley. This is my new book, The Headshot. Check it out wherever cool books are sold. Shebang!
So many people experience us in a digital way, so it's a huge decision as to where are people going to experience you online.
For us, SmugMug is a resource. It's just part of our daily process.
I put a lot of passion and soul into my work, and it's got to translate. SmugMug does a great job.
Bottom line is it showcases in a professional way what we do as a studio.
I chose SmugMug because I think it's the best, tightest place to represent my artistic self to the world.
Hey, we are back. Oh, God, they went to camera. There we go. I mean, the commercial. We're back. So where's RC? Apparently, RC is taking Roberto to the airport, and I'm all alone. If only Brad Moore would come.
Hello.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
It's good to see you over
I've got
here.
a mic in my back pocket from standing over there.
Well, who doesn't have a mic in their back pocket from standing over there? Anyway, hi, Brad.
Hi.
Hey, so Roberto, right before he left, he said, "Hey, I will be willing to give away a ticket to one of his workshops." So we're going to go to. So this is where we're going to do the giveaway. First, you want to know about it right here on Brad's machine. Picture Perfect Practice is the website. Pick the city that you want to go to, and so Brad's going to explain how the contest works. But well, you know how the contest works.
Oh, that contest.
Yes, and then you're going to tell us what you want to win.
Well,
so we're going to
go to RC's computer for just a second.
Yeah, go to RC's computer real quick.
So they can see the website.
There's the website, pictureperfectpractice.com, and he's going to give away one. There's his workshops, and he's going to give away a ticket to one so you can go and see in the city that's closest to you. I wouldn't choose Los Angeles unless you wanted to go back in time. Chicago looks good. Nueva York.
They can go to LA. Future.
Sure. Or they can go to LA in November, yeah. So anyway, one of those would be delightful. And so let us know which one you want to win. So, Brad, tell them how they enter our contest here on the grid.
To enter the contest to get book, workshop, book, whatever, go to KelbyOne.com/contest. Pick the grid, put your stuff in, tell us what you want to win.
Yeah, it's very important that you tell us what you want to win. So, for example, we're giving away Peter Hurley's book. We're giving away 3 ebooks and a print book. Just put your name in there. We'll choose a winner. We're giving away 3 copies of my new book, How Do They Do That in Lightroom? Just put, if you want the workshop, name the city and Roberto's workshop. And we also have we don't have a signed copy. We have a copy of Roberto's Picture Perfect Practice, and I think a copy of Picture Perfect Posing. Well, now I guess we're going to have to do it. So any one of those, it's very important that you tell us what you want to win.
Yes.
All right. Brad?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good.
Did you do a blog post today?
I did.
All right. Go to my blog and read his thing. Hey, thanks everybody for sticking with it. It was a wild you know what it was? He's so fun. He's just a really fun guy. And
We occasionally have shows that get derailed. I think this was probably the most derailed. It was a solid 20 minutes of just craziness at the top of the show.
It was. But you know what the best part was? When he
fun.
zoomed in on your picture and he did the whole Spanish thing. I mean,
fun times.
I sent you an email with my phone number. That's how bad it was. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks to our studio audience. We have a studio audience today. We don't often do it, but I got to tell you, you were amazing. The cheering, the clapping, the interaction, it was right here. Oh, no, it's too late now. That's like a pity clap at the end of the thing. Oh, it's too late. Anyway, thanks to you all. Thanks to Brad for being here. RC, I'm sure he's great.
Yes, he's good.
He left. He's driving like crazy. But anyway, so we're looking to do a lot more stuff with Roberto. So I'm very excited. He's a great guy and a very, very talented photographer and speaker. Some of his stuff today was just makes me want to throw my stuff in the trash.
He's actually working on a new book. I don't know what it is, but he mentioned.
No, he's working on it's not done yet. It's his picture perfect lighting.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Which includes putting a bunch of stuff in front of a Pro Photo B1.
Nice.
And making the light look natural. I'd like to take you out with a song. Not really.
No.
See you guys next week, live right here in the grid. That's Brad.
Bye.